All right, everyone, all the preparation is finally done. And now we've reached the most critical moment. If we make one mistake here, everything we've done so far over the last hour and a half will be ruined and we'll have to start over. Be sure to watch this part. Hello, nice to meet you. Today, we're going to talk about the Tesla Model X. Let's take some time to go over it together. This latest Model X is expected to be delivered over about 3 weeks to a month, with around 1,400 units being delivered in Korea. For more than 2 years, I haven't been able to film a Model X installation video. But today, I'll finally show you the installation process again. Let's go get started. The glass has already been cleaned thoroughly. The film has been roughly pre-cut like this because we set the film width at 1,500 millimeters. At 1,500 by 1,500 millimeters, you basically need almost an entire roll of film. One roll is 1,524 millimeters wide. So we took the 1,524 millimeters wide film and pre-cut it to a height of 1,500 millimeters. Now, I'll take the film that was placed on the glass and set it in position. To clearly show the difficult shrinking and film installation process on a Tesla Model X, this video has minimal editing and longer takes. I showed you the curvature earlier, and I'm not sure if you can see it clearly here. There is a curve like this because the area that needs to be shaped starts from here. You have to work it all the way across. And the shaping area is very large. I start the shrinking process. Since we're handling the full 1,500 millimeters width, the entry area here, basically the door seal, is where you step over to get into the car. You can't stand on this side. So when walking on a Tesla Model X, you need to place a chair on both the driver and passenger sides. When shaping a large curved area like this, the curve you see with your eyes or through the camera lens looks like a series of raised spots. It may look that way, but in reality, the curvature is distributed across the entire surface. So when working on a large curve like this, people often think, if I just shrink this curve, I can shrink this spot, and this spot. That is what tint installers all over the world commonly think. I told you that understanding the principle is important. That is absolutely not the case. You need to apply heat evenly across the entire surface, distribute the shrinkage across all areas, and shrink it evenly to handle curves like this more easily. Keep that principle in mind as you watch the shrinking process. The full shrinking process is shown without editing. Now, this glass, when you look at the glass, is not perfectly flat. This glass is foamed, using heat as well. That is how the shape of the glass is made. Even among identical Tesla windshields, the curvature is not exactly the same. The curvature value can be felt even by touching it with your hand. Even though the film was shrunk the same way, there is extra film left here. So we need to reinforce the shrinking in this area. Please keep that kind of characteristic in mind. The left and right sides are different. When shaping the left side, this shape did not appear. But when shaping the driver's side, this area dips inward. That can happen. And in this case too, you can feel the dip here just by touching it. The curvature of the glass goes like this, but it does not stay perfectly straight here. It drops slightly, then it rises again. Please keep those details in mind. Oh, hot. Watch out for burns. The shrinking work, the heat shrinking process is now finished. Looking at the full process, we have completed about 1/3 of the job. 1/3 of the windshield installation is complete. Now we'll shine light from inside and trim the film. Should I leave about 3 millimeters of extra material? I'll leave about 3 to 4 millimeters because the width gets wider as it goes inward. The glass has a shaded section on the inside here, so it is blacked out. That makes it hard to see.
이쪽 먼저 갈게. 쭉. 오케이.
Now I'll trim around the rearview mirror. The trimming is finished. We'll remove the film, clean the glass, and then roll the film.
하도록 하겠습니다.
Now roll the film. When rolling the film, because the glass is so large, you would normally roll it from left to right. You would roll it in the horizontal direction, but with this one, if you roll it horizontally, the film will crease. It needs to be rolled vertically. Since we'll apply it from the bottom upwards, we roll the film from the top downward instead. The key is how tightly and compactly you roll the film. If the roll is too large, it is hard to control.
컨트롤하기 힘들죠.
Keep the diameter
2cm 내부다.
within about 2 centimeters, so it is easier to unroll. A larger roll is not easier to unroll. The smaller it is, the easier it is to handle. The film roll has been made and safely placed on top of the hood.
올려놨어요.
With touch screens, water can cause erratic touch input, which can make the screen stop responding.
얘가 스크린이 먹통이 돼 버려요.
So the screen needs to be turned off temporarily. There's a screen cleaning mode.
스크린 클리닝 모드라고 있습니다.
If you select display screen cleaning mode, the screen turns off. Turn the screen off completely before starting the work. All right, everyone, all the preparation is finally done. And now we've reached the most critical moment. If we make one mistake here, everything we've done so far over the last hour and a half will be ruined and we'll have to start over. Now we're applying the film, and because the glass is so large, the film is very long. That makes the installation difficult. As we unroll the film, it could crease or touch something here and pick up dust. We cannot capture every detail perfectly with the camera angle, but we will do our best to show as much as possible. Be sure to watch this part. Put this in the intro.
다 했다. 아씨, 왕창 되겠네. 다음에 이렇게 집어넣고 필름 쳐지게 할게 양쪽에. 잠깐만, 물 좀 더 뿌릴게.
The glass is this large. It's huge. You just keep unrolling and
자,
unrolling.
집어넣읍시다.
All right, let's put it in.
자, 쭉 앞으로. 자, 좌측 기준에 맞춰서. 좌측에 맞춰서. 일면성에 맞춰서 쭉 집어넣고. 그렇지. 내가 해줄게. 잡고 있어 봐봐.
I mixed the soap solution stronger so the film slides better. This batch is mixed stronger. Hold it well. Just make sure it doesn't crease.
이쪽부터 벗길게. 다 씹혔잖아. 손 밑으로 쳐주게 잡아갖고, 아니 거기 밑 우측만 잡아. 응. 밑으로 좌측으로 쭉 밀어넣었다. 그 다음에 여기도 밀어넣고 이루다. 센터 맞춰주고.
We align the center precisely.
센터 쫙 맞춰줍니다.
Because the rear view mirror is the reference point, he has to line up with the rear view mirror. Everything is centered based on the rear view mirror.
맞아 떨어지는 겁니다.
Once the rear view mirror is aligned, the edges should align as well.
테두리가 맞는다고 봐야 되겠죠. 그렇죠?
Check all the gaps and spacing
간격 봐주고
carefully and slowly.
천천히 펴주겠습니다.
Once everything is laid out flat, about 95% of the work is done, as long as it lays out cleanly. Before the final squeegee work, we do a rough squeegee pass. It has to be laid out flat. So the squeegee work
깔끔하게.
can be completed cleanly. Now for the final squeegee pass. When squeegee, just like the rough squeegee pass, you need to spread the film out
필름을
in all directions from the rear view mirror. If the film has been shaped well and looks clean,
성형이 이쁘게 돼 있으면
the squeegee work
이렇게
becomes much easier.
스키즈를 편하죠.
If you are not sure what it means to shape the film cleanly, then watch just 10 of the previously uploaded videos and you'll understand.
보시면은 이해가 가실 겁니다.
Shape the film cleanly. It is a very important point. When finishing the windshield like this,
맨 마지막 작업할 때
wrap the squeegee with a dry microfiber cloth. This is a very tense moment.
긴장되는 순간입니다.
We are removing the masking plastic.
마스킹 비닐을 띄어내고
As I do the final squeegee pass, I can roughly tell how the final result is going to turn out. I expect it to come out well, but once the masking is removed, we clean the grass one final time from the inside, and that is when
결과물
We confirm the final result.
확인하는 순간입니다.
It is a very important moment. Once we inspect it, clean the glass, and let all the moisture dry, even the smallest dust particles in the film become visible. The lighting inside is very bright, so you can see everything. Since the entire process went very smoothly, the final result also came out very clean and consistent. I think this customer can look forward to it. The inside installation also came out very clean,
붙이는 작업이 굉장히 깔끔하게 나왔기 때문에
so I'm very pleased. That concludes the windshield installation. Tesla Model X windshield, a massive piece of glass. You rarely see glass this large, especially on the vehicle we walked on today.
오늘 시공한 차는
The Model X windshield is so large that the heat entering the cabin is enormous. That is why you really should not skip windshield tinting on a Tesla Model X. But not every tint shop does this job. As I mentioned, the glass is large.
유리가 크고
The installation is difficult and it takes a long time. Be sure to check their blog and find a shop
시공 경력이
with experience installing tint on Tesla Model X windshield. Thank you for watching.
감사합니다.